The quiet dishonesty we call normal. Most people believe dishonesty means lying to others, but the most damaging dishonesty is subtle, the kind you practice with yourself. You tell yourself you're okay, that it's not that bad, that everyone lives like this. You silence discomfort by calling it reality. Carl Jung believed the psyche suffers not from reality, but from self-deception, the refusal to acknowledge what is true inside. You wake up each day playing a role you learned to play. You perform stability, you perform gratitude, you perform strength. And slowly, honesty disappears, not because you chose to lie, but because truth became inconvenient. This is how people live entire lives without ever fully meeting themselves. Why self-honesty feels dangerous. Self-honesty feels dangerous because it threatens the structure you've built. If you admit the truth, things must change, and change risks loss. Loss of identity, loss of approval, loss of certainty. Jung believed the ego fears truth because truth dissolves illusion, and illusion is what keeps the ego comfortable. So you rationalize, you explain, you delay. You convince yourself that honesty can wait. But what waits too long begins to rot. And the cost of avoiding truth is always higher than the cost of facing it. The moment you stop running from yourself. Self-honesty begins without drama. No collapse, no explosion. Just a moment of stillness. A thought appears. I can't keep doing this. No explanation yet, no plan. Just truth. Jung believed healing begins when awareness meets what was previously denied. That moment is uncomfortable, but it is also relieving, because for the first time, you stop running. The psychological weight of pretending. Pretending is exhausting, not because life is hard, but because you are divided. One part of you knows the truth, another part of you hides it. Jung called this inner split a source of neurosis, when the conscious and unconscious are at war. This war shows itself quietly. Chronic tiredness, loss of motivation, a strange emptiness even in success. You are not lazy. You are not broken. You are carrying the weight of a life that doesn't align with your truth. Truth does not demand immediate action. Many people avoid honesty because they believe it demands immediate change. It doesn't. Truth only demands acknowledgement. You don't have to leave tomorrow. You don't have to confront everyone. You don't have to know the next step. You only have to stop lying. Jung emphasized that transformation unfolds naturally when truth is integrated, not forced. When you stop pretending, clarity begins to grow on its own. How self-honesty restores inner power. When you become honest, your energy returns. Not suddenly, but steadily. You stop fighting yourself. You stop justifying discomfort. You stop explaining away pain. Decisions feel lighter. Boundaries feel natural. Your intuition sharpens. Jung called this alignment with the self, the end of inner conflict. You are no longer divided. Losing what was never aligned. Self-honesty changes relationships. Some deepen, some fade, some end. Not because you became harsh, but because you became real. Jung believed that authenticity reorganizes life. What doesn't belong falls away. What aligns draws closer. This can feel like loss, but it is actually correction. You are no longer maintaining what drains you. A life built on truth instead of survival. The life that follows self-honesty is not perfect, but it is real. You feel present in your own decisions, grounded in your choices, at peace with your direction, even when uncertain. You stop asking, "What should I be?" and start asking, "What is true for me now?" And that question keeps you aligned. Because the moment you finally become honest with yourself, life stops being something you endure and becomes something you participate in. Not because everything changed, but because you stopped lying to yourself. The fear of what honesty might cost you. There is a reason people sense the truth but avoid naming it. Honesty threatens attachments. It asks questions like, what if I outgrow this role? What if this relationship only survives my silence? What if the life I built no longer fits who I am? Jung believed the psyche resists truth not because it is harmful, but because it destabilizes the familiar. Even pain can feel safer than uncertainty. So you stay, not because you want to, but because leaving feels like loss. Yet what you fear losing was never aligned. It only survived your compliance. Self-honesty doesn't destroy your life. It reveals what was never built on truth. And that revelation feels frightening only because it is unfamiliar. When the unconscious stops whispering and starts screaming. Ignored truth does not disappear, it sinks. Jung warned that what remains unconscious controls us from below. When self-honesty is postponed too long, it returns as anxiety without cause, anger without direction, sadness without explanation. These are not weaknesses, they are messages. Your psyche trying to restore balance. You feel restless even when things look fine, disconnected even when surrounded. That is the unconscious demanding recognition, not punishment, but integration. And the longer you ignore it, the louder it becomes. Choosing truth over comfort changes your identity. The moment you choose honesty, something subtle shifts. You stop asking permission. You stop needing agreement. You stop defending your inner experience. You are not louder. You are clearer. Jung called this the emergence of the self, when identity is no longer borrowed. Your confidence becomes quiet. Your boundaries become calm. Your decisions become personal. Not because life becomes easier, but because it becomes aligned. You are no longer trying to be understood by everyone. You are trying to be true to yourself. And that changes how you stand in the world.